Hi guys, welcome back to Alli's Vlogs, where I share about books that I absolutely loved. Today's novel is called Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Cicatelli-Kuc. And I love this. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is a teen reader or likes Hallmark movies or just likes enemies to lovers. So, this novel has a genre of a young adult romance. You can see this between the two characters, Lucy and Jack. They're both teenagers in high school and both kind of like each other, but then they both kind of like argue. So it's kind of like a enemies to lovers trope. And then the writing style of this novel is one narrator, Lucy, the main character, the girl. She's 16, she's a sophomore in high school. And she shares flashbacks from her childhood, and it shows text message strands. And if you've never seen that in a novel, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I have a quote on page 298 of this. So let me just pull this up here, and I'll show you exactly what this quote looks like. Oh, it was in between another quote. There it is. So it looks like this. This is what I mean by text message strand. Like, it literally looks like text message you would like have with your friends. So this is what it says. Amber, her friend. Oh my gosh, congrats. Evie, her other friend. I mean, duh. That latte is like really, really good, Lucy. Amber, Trissy is at Betsy's ice cream barn. You guys should totally check it out. Evie, also need to check out Couple Joe's account. You guys are blowing up. So that's just a small example of the text message strand in this novel. And then next I will discuss the characters with you. So there's three main characters. There's Lucy, her mom, and then Jack Harper. Lucy is a headstrong individual. She is very caring and loving, and she's very determined. She's a teenager, so she's a sophomore in high school. She's 16, and she's very, very tight with her mom, whom she would do anything for, and she works at her mom's business out of choice, so she's very close to their mom. The next character I have for you is Lucy's mom. She's loving. She's Lucy's mom. She's quite worried about her business and her financial needs in this novel. She's pretty organized, though. She never is, like, messy. She's got her life together, and she gives really great advice when Lucy needs it. The next main character is Jack Harper. He's a new kid at Lucy's high school, and he's the same age as her. Lucy has a slight crush on him, so he's handsome. He's book smart. He really likes to read, and then he has a slight crush on Lucy throughout the novel as well. And he would do anything for someone he cares about. For example, there's a part of the novel where Lucy's trying to perfect a pumpkin spice latte, and he helps her perfect it, even though that he is the other business, like he's in competition with her. The theme of this novel is a one-sided enemies to lovers trope, and I say that because Lucy is only enemies with Jack. Jack never is like mad or like angry with Lucy. He's just like there for it. He likes her. He likes interacting with her. But Lucy, whenever she interacts with him, she's like stubborn. She's like, oh, Jack. And another theme of this novel is coffee shop versus coffee shop. So Java Junction is a multifunctional coffee chain, so similar to a Starbucks, and that is Jack's family's company, and that's right across the street from Lucy's mom's coffee shop, Couple Joe, which is woman-owned and run by Lucy and her family and started by her mom. So there's like conflict between those two situations there because they're both fighting for their financial needs and starting a new business, things like that. So the next thing I have is symbolism. So I chose the pumpkin spice latte as symbolism for my novel. It shows a pumpkin spice latte is a symbol of Lucy changing her feelings. So in the beginning of the novel, she absolutely despises pumpkin spice lattes. Like, she loves fall, but she hates pumpkin spice lattes. And Jack, after she figures out that his parents own Java Junction. So like, she hates Jack after she figures out that information about him. And then by the end of the novel, she doesn't mind the drink. She's made the drink by the end of the novel. She doesn't mind it. She's perfected her drink. So she's like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then she's attracted to and friends with Jack by the end of the novel again. She's attracted to him in the beginning until she hates him because his parents are across the street. And now she's like friends with him by the end of the novel. Like they're going somewhere to do something fun as friends. Okay, so my next section is section 2, which is the section on author's influence and perspective. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit about the author, Cicatelli-Kuc. So she is a young adult and kids author, and she's from New York. She is a mom, and she really loves animals and everything fall. It's very, very shown in all of her interviews that she loves fall. She lives in a town very similar to Blair Glen, New England, which is like where this novel's set. Blair Glen, New England. I'm sorry, starting over my words. And her greatest influences in her life is her mom for always pushing there and being by her side, and then for her editor for being there and helping her and giving her the confidence to finish this novel when she was sick. So I was looking through her unacknowledgements, and since she's a pretty new author, it was kind of hard to find something, so I found 2 things. So first is from her unacknowledgements in an interview with YA and Kids Book Central, and I found out that another reason that she had to write this novel, that she's inspired to write this novel, is that she had cancer. So when she was writing this novel, she was very determined, I want to write a happy, feel-good novel because I'm going through something super tough. So I just want something that makes me feel good in the moment. So I'm going to read you a quote from page 318, the first paragraph of her acknowledgments, and it'll tell you a little bit about her. I wrote this book while undergoing some really scary medical stuff. And this book served as such a warm, pleasant escape. I want to thank everyone at Memorials Alone Catering Cancer Center, and especially my treatment team, Dr. Ru Wang, Katie Roots, and Jen Keller. And then it goes on to thank everyone, her doctors, her family, her mom, and everyone who supported her. So that was a really tough situation in her life, and how she handled that is she wrote a feel-good novel. So my next little chunk of why she was inspired to write the novel Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice is she let me find my thoughts. So I looked up about what was her childhood like and what inspired her to write this novel. I couldn't find a lot, so I decided to email her, and fortunately I got an email back, which is super awesome because I'm a big reader and I absolutely love this novel. So I was very excited to get an email back. So I asked her to just tell me about your childhood, tell me about what inspired you to write this novel, who inspired you, and she delivered. So this is what she said. I'm just gonna tell you what she said. So from her email, she said, my childhood, I was very close to my mom. So in my novel, I wanted to include that. That's why Lucy is so close to her mom, because I pointed at Jack. Lucy's so close to her mom because she wanted that. She had that relationship with her mom when growing up, and she wanted that relationship for Lucy in this novel. And then she also said that the reason why she wrote about Blair Glen, which is a quiet little fall town. It's perfect for tourism. It's Hallmark. Reminds me of a fall Hallmark movie. Anyways, so she told me that the reason why she wrote about that setting is because she lives in a town very similar to it, so she could relate to it, and she loves her town, so she thought other people would like to read about it, and her town has done so much for her, so she would show that in her novel. And then another thing, a part of her novel is there's this thing called the Fall Festival, and it's in fall, and it's bakery goods and competitions and all this stuff, yada yada yada, and she includes that in the novel because that's something her town does every year. Okay, section 3 of this novel is self and society. So this book connects to me individually because I am a teenager currently, and I constantly feel like I'm in competition with others, such as others with my grades, other people who might have more jobs or earning more money than me, people who have their lives more together than me. And sometimes that pushes me, it motivates me to be a better person, and sometimes it's harder. But long story short, I'm a teenager and I feel like I'm in competition with people. So this relates to Lucy because Lucy's also a teenager. She's also in competition with others. So she feels she's in competition with Jack because he and his family decided to put their multinational coffee shop, Java Junction, which is similar to a Starbucks, across the street from her mom's business. Like, how rude. Like, her mom's business is a small business, and you're just going to come in here with your fancy little business and be like, well, now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take all your customers. Like, that's rude. That's how Lucy felt. And she had a crush on Jack originally, but then she took it personally out of worry that they moved right across the street from her mother's shop, Cup of Joe, because it could cause them to lose financial needs or the means to like live and like work. And she worried their mother's shop would close down. And like I said again, she cares about her mother very much and they're very close. So she's going to do anything to protect her mom at whatever the cost. So here's some examples of Lucy being protected during the novel. During chapter 3 on page 33, Lucy throws a pie at Jack's face. Like, I'm talking literally, like just like throws a pie at Jack's face when she figures out that his family owns Java Junction. So this quote is on page 33. So I'm going to just whip this out for you and I'm going to read it. Okay, so it says, before I even know what I'm doing, I reach down into the pastry case, pick up the pecan pie, and throw it at Jack's face. We stand there, both of us in shocked silence. The clatter in Shiva's line of customers instantly stops, as do the voices in the rest of the shop. Even the music is quiet between songs. I feel many eyes on me, including Jack's, but my mouth drops open. A stranger has taken over my body, and I've lost the ability to speak. And then, to my horror, Jack Harper, who is standing in my coffee shop, is covered in pie that I threw at him. I threw a pie at him, at Jack Harper. And then, to my absolute horror, he starts to laugh. So that just shows like the aftermath of her throwing a pie at Jack and why she did it. Like, she was absolutely terrified after she did it, but she just did it out of impulse. Like, oh, you're going to come from my mom's shop? I'm going to throw a pie at you. So that's what she did. And then another reason, like, why readers see Lucy being protective in the novel, or another way that Lucy's protective in the novel, is when she tries to create the best pumpkin pie in order to win the festival competition and the money for her mom. So originally, she could, like, past years, this competition has been fun for her, and she sometimes wins even making original dishes, but she wanted to go as classic as possible this year just in order to win so she could get the money for her mom's business and so she could draw in more customers. And we see this on page 88 when her mom asks her about like why she's doing it, make sure she's having fun sort of situation. So if I can find my page, I can read it to you. All right, so it starts at the bottom. So this is the mom talking, by the way. What did you use in the caramel apple frosting? My mom says, trying to get me to focus. I feel like you had some kind of secret ingredient or something. Oh, molasses, I say. Then I blurt out, what if I keep it simple this year? Traditional. Maybe something like pumpkin. My pecan pie won last year after all. I don't even realize it's something I've been thinking about until the words are already out of my mouth. My mom looks surprised but says, sure, if that's what you want to do. I just want to get it right, Mom. The cash prize would really help. So that's her like saying like, I'm doing this for the cash prize to help you. Yep. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is why this book is about society. So this book is about society because people will always be competitive in order to help those they love. In The Great Gatsby, Gatsby goes to certain lengths to get Daisy's attention. So he throws parties just in hopes that Daisy will be there. And then, like Gatsby, Lucy is there for her mom and doing things for her mom just to, like, get her attention, to help her, just like Gatsby is doing that for Daisy. So Lucy is trying to help her mom's business. So she tries to create the perfect PSL, pumpkin spice latte, if you don't know what that is, in order to draw in customers. She tries to win the baking competition at the fall festival in order to get money and to draw attention to her business. So that's just relating to this book about society. Lucy's in competition with others, and she's trying her hardest to be the winner of this competition. And then this book tells me about my own role in society by making me realize how much I care about my family. I read this novel and I was like, yeah, I argue with my family sometimes, and sometimes we're hard on each other, but like I honestly would do anything for them. Just an example, my brother and I butt heads like very frequently. Like if he drank the chocolate milk, then I'm gonna be like, why'd you drink the chocolate milk? And if I eat the cookies, he can be like, why'd you eat the cookies? So, but honestly, even though I butt heads with him, I would step up for him. Like if he needed help with an assignment, like I've done this before. If he needs help with assignment, I'm like, okay, I got you. I'm gonna help you with your assignment. And it really anyone in my family. So I would do anything for anyone in my family, even though we butt heads. So the true meaning of this book, like what I got out of it, is family deserves protecting, and this book just made me realize it even more. So I hope that you loved my blog, and I hope that you decide to read Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Cicatelli-Kuc, because it is a fantastic novel, and I think that you would enjoy it. Thank you.